today I'm riding on dynamic mode, and so if I switch down to third gear and I hit the throttle, it goes, man, it goes. And it's the same thing on the freeway. It has a lot of power on tap. Like, I don't have to go hard on the throttle to get the power, to get the response. On road mode, it's you gotta go a little bit harder on the throttle, but it's actually not bad. I was actually enjoying road mode. I put on dynamic now to give it a try, but I didn't feel like it lacked any power on road mode. It's just very smooth, and the power is just a little bit delayed. You gotta go a little bit harder on the throttle. But on dynamic, it's instant. Like, you just touch it, you just touch the throttle, and you get the power. It's almost like a naked bike, almost like the MT-09. Of course, not as strong the power delivery, but pretty close, I'd say. The MT-09 has 118 horsepower. This bike has only 87, so that's the difference there. But I feel like if this bike had more horsepower, it would feel very close to the MT-09 on power delivery. But don't get me wrong, doesn't mean it doesn't have enough power. The power is more than enough. You're just comparing apples and oranges here, right? I mean, the MT-09 is a naked sports bike, but look at this. It basically goes from like 0 to 40 in no time. So for commuting, even on regular road mode, look at that. Even on regular road mode, it still has no issues. Yeah, that's that power. Road mode, it does that too. It's just a little bit delayed when you use the throttle. But it's not that dynamic's not smooth. It is pretty smooth. Road mode is just smoother. Yeah, but as you guys can see, 100 miles per hour is no problem on this bike. Alright, let's do an acceleration on road mode. And as you guys can see, it gets the power. So as you guys can see, road mode, you get all the power, it's just not as like snappy as dynamic, but it's interesting because usually, like on the MT-07, you get a very snappy power, but the engine braking is so strong that it makes the bike very jerky at slow speeds, and you don't get that with this bike. So dynamic, you get that power, and it's still very smooth. Uh, the main place that you notice the biggest difference on road mode and dynamic is that on dynamic at higher speeds you don't need to go hard on the throttle. You literally just like a little bit and it'll go. And on road mode you do have to go quite a bit hard on the throttle if you want to get like a somewhat fast response, because it's not as fast as dynamic, even if you go hard on the throttle. So that's the main difference. But I've been enjoying road mode. I feel like I might be able to save more gas on the bike. Um, so yeah, I've been enjoying road mode, and that's probably where I'll keep it most of the time. So whenever I want to like ride with friends and have some fun, I can switch it to dynamic and enjoy a different bike, basically, because the two power deliveries are very different. If you guys have any questions, as per usual, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. So this is why we say lane splitting is safer than being just sit on traffic on a motorcycle. Right around here, I got rear-ended on my car on traffic like this. And it was actually pretty good. It was actually worse because there was an accident on the bridge, so traffic was stopped, completely stopped. So we were both stopped, and then out of nowhere, this lady just decides that she's gonna hit the gas, and she rear-ended my car. And if I was on my motorcycle, I would have been squished. And it's not like any of the cars around us moved. Everybody was stopped. So, like, dead stop, not even moving like 5 miles per hour. And then out of nowhere, I just got rear-ended. So, if you're sitting on traffic like that on a motorcycle, you're subject to getting rear-ended like that. And if you're lane splitting, you're subject to people crossing in front of you, but at least you have more control over that because you can control your speed. You can't just go when you see that's safer for you to go, right? So yeah, I think lane splitting is safer than sitting in traffic. It'd be nice if this person here gave a little bit of space, but they don't seem to be paying attention.